Hey, it's Green Rumor. This is a Moen sink single handle faucet handle, and we're going to replace the cartridge that's inside here. That cartridge is leaking. For the longest time, I've had to have it in this position, the hot side, in order for it to not just leak out. In the cold side, it would just continue to leak, and so it's been on my mind to replace it. Amazon, $11 for the replacement cartridge. As you can see, it's a pretty large object and important. So the seal is right here, and that's what's leaking. We're going to take that off. Turned off the water supply under the sink so that there's no water coming out. And then you have to peel off this little rubber, the red and blue rubber hot and cold water indicator, to access this hole where there's a Allen wrench. And let's see which Allen wrench it is. I think we're at 2.5 millimeters. So when you unscrew that, you're going to have to pry it up on the handle, and man, it's going to be hard. If it's been on there for a while, it's going to take quite a bit of pressure to get that off of there. Oh my goodness. There it goes. And don't lose the Allen wrench. In this case, I unscrewed it all the way, so it's sitting right here in the end. I'll go ahead and put that back in. You can see a little square there, and the Allen wrench goes back through the hole, and we'll start the threads so that when we put it back together again, it's all ready to go. So now we've got this dome. That dome's going to have to come off. That's decorative. Right now it's time for you to maybe de-lime it. If you've got some lime away, some lime off, some kind of a de-liming solution. I'm just going to see if I can scrape off some of this lime with my fingernails. Or a little plastic knife of some kind, I don't know. It's probably better to just soak it, but I got it off pretty good, it looks like. So now we're down to this threaded retainer, and that thing it's like a castle nut. It has notches in it, and the easiest way for me to deal with that, take an old butter knife that I don't care about and set that between two of the notches and use it to unthread the retainer. Pull that all the way out. Right now there's going to be some water coming out because the water is in the faucet and it's pouring backwards up into the assembly. Here's the cartridge. So it's ceramic inside, and it's either the ceramic body that's inside there that's bad or the gasket. We're going to assume the whole thing needs replaced, and it's not expensive. So there are two little nubs right here. You want to make sure there's two holes in there that you want to make sure that you get those into the two holes, and there it drops down in. Now this gasket might come off and be sitting down there, so make sure you see the gasket on this cartridge so that you don't leave it in there, because it can't be left in there. I'm going to put this back on. And that should thread down way deep into the body. If it doesn't, you don't have the holes lined up with those two pins that stick down. Those have to be lined up. And then we'll snug this down real good with the butter knife. seat it to get that gasket to seat down in there. We'll just get this down until it's snug, good and snug. Put this dome back on it. And take the Allen wrench and get that ready to go and put that back on. Drop that down in there, tighten it up. It should be good to go. And just put the little rubber thing back in there to seal the hole. Give you your indicator. And turn the water back on. Voila. That's all there is to it. Make sure you double check your valves, because if they've been off for a super long time, they have a tendency to drip. So double check that they're not dripping, and if you don't have to replace one of the angle stops or the shut-off valves under the sink, just keep an eye on them and check on them every once in a while for a day or so. This is pretty hard to get to. All right, with the garbage disposal and everything else down there, it makes it hard. Voila, no more leaking. All right, hope that helps.